Welcome back, guys. So today we are going to be playing a game called Katawa Shoujo. It's a game. If you guys don't know anything about this game, which I didn't originally, I watched a video by Giguk. You guys can check that out if you guys want to know more. I don't really know. I don't really feel like explaining all of it about this game, so you can just go watch that video. I'll link it in the description. But this is a game, and let me just quickly read the description of the game. It says, Katawa Shoujo is a Bishoujo-style visual novel set in the fictional Yamaku High School for disabled children, located somewhere in modern Japan. Hisao Nakai, a normal boy living a normal life, has his life turned upside down when congenital heart defect forces him to move to a new school after a long hospitalization. Despite his difficulties, Hisao is also able to find friends and perhaps love if he plays his cards right. There are 5 main paths corresponding to the 5 main female characters, each path following the storyline pertaining to that character. It's just a dating simulator. So in the options, I disabled adult content because I don't want to get demonetized. So I guess we should just start. Let's just get right into it. Let's click start. Yeah. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight for teachers and fellow students. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of the passage in the stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hisao, you came. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turned to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart began to race. Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Okay. What? Oh no. Oh no. My heart is pounding now as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. Because he has a heart defect. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. What's up with these words? Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Okay, my throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. He's out. I reached up to try to massage my throat, but this only sent spikes of blinding pain along my arms. He's out? Oh no. My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Oh no. Oh no, what's gonna happen? He's out! The beating in my chest suddenly stops and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Okay, we just had a heart attack. Nice. Okay. 4 Leaf Studios. Katawa Shoujo. Inspiration, right there. Okay. This is kind of going by real slow. But it's not lagging. That's one thing. That's good. But there's no, way to know, because it might be, choppy for you guys because of how bad my computer is, and every time I download videos, it's always real, the audio's always, all messed up and stuff. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arahythmia? A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in the hospital to recuperate for the treatment. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. What about that other girl, bro? Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. So that Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. Damn, bro, she stopped. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I paused in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness. Through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if it was gonna cry. As if I was gonna cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he is trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to me. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Well, we left. Okay. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems instrumentus. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Yeah, I can see that. Insomnia? Okay. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it, attempting to only make me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day? Dude, that's a lot. A lot of medicine? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Oh, why? Why? What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knows full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concerns shows it's ignorant. It's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I spoke with your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. What? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? If a school for disabled kids, it's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance. To go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over it. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Okay, we're on our way to disabled school. It's not laggy. That's one thing I like about this. It's not laggy. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. This is a real gate. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but could really decide. Probably not. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy. With the brisk pace, I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park with a clean walkway, going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many just for school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about school. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told that this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around around me catches my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious, despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haunting main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Yo, look at this guy. His name is Tall Man. You must be Niki. Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy. He looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? I guess, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but right, that's me. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow my teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point in worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I followed the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. Okay. Let's see. You have a cane. You are doing something like that. Hold up. How do I do this? Hold up, I need to quickly find out how to. I don't know how to hide. Okay, H. Okay, yes, it's H. H is to hide. You, I don't know you. You, okay, mostly everyone here just looks normal. I just see you covering your face and you with a cane. That's it. And you have, some type of bandage right there. You have a bandage on your arm. And mostly everyone else looks normal, I think. This guy, I can only see one of his legs, so he might be missing another leg. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboard, and the high, old-fashioned window only makes it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and effective. Okay. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal like students in any other school. But then why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb on her right hand. It's a little jarring. You, I think have, I don't know, there's this thing right here, so I think that might be a prosthetic. Oh, you're missing your legs also, okay. I kind of wish this girl was one of the choices for the dating sim, but no, she wasn't on the cover page, so no. You, I don't know, but is she the one that's missing the thumb? I think so. I don't know, because I can't really see well. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching as she sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hand as if it will make her invisible. I think that was the girl that was covering her face earlier. There was one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. So yeah, those are the only two people I noticed. Another girl seems to be making some weird hair motions, weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rim of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. Okay, so it's her. Deaf, I guess? Because mute would also work, but I don't really think she would be mute. And she's not blind because she wouldn't be able to see me. She's kind of cute, so is the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. Yeah. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our new classmate. He claps his hands, so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row okay, wait. I keep messing up reading, okay? Except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but I hid it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. So it's her. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. Okay. So, Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. I guess I'll sit here. That's the only empty desk I see, so. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. Yeah, they're like, hey yo, what do you think this guy has? He just looks like a normal person. Why is he here? That's probably what they're saying. I listen to the teacher as he drones about, getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist. That ends up bandaged some. Okay, so I don't really think it was this girl. Yeah, no, it's not her. It was the other girl that was over here. Forgot about this one. There's one that's sitting in this desk, but I can't really see it. It makes me feel a little bad. Okay. So yeah, it wasn't her, because there was another girl that was over there. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakimichi. She's the class representative. She can explain everything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignment and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hit me that I don't know who Hakimichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh right, Hakimichi is right there. Shizune Hakimichi. That's her. Okay. Okay, let me examine her. Okay. I count all fingers. Are you I don't know. You look dead inside, so you might be blind. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes wave her hands at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakimichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Okay, why are you laughing? What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but... It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakimichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakimichi. I'm not reading. This is her. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me the whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet careful, neatly brushed hair. A pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate even every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. Okay, I'm trying to guess everyone's disabilities because this is a whole school full of people with disabilities. So like I've guessed before, she is deaf mainly because she was using sign language, and I don't really know other stuff. People use sign language and stuff because and yeah, it's nice to meet you. Yeah. ... Yeah, she immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a quick few gestures with her hands. Hakimichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you." Okay, I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? Oh no. Okay. I just got flashbacks from When They Cry, because freaking that one girl from When They Cry always repeated her words. So when she said right twice, freaks me out. I understand why you would think I was, she is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. Okay, so she might not even be disabled. She's probably an interpreter. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Okay, so yeah, she just here just because. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you look just like Hiki-chan. What? I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly. Their hands blur. Okay. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. You do like the school so far. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks to that, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? What? Learn about it. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to it, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assed. But anyway, I don't see anything, and Misha signs something that ends up a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wow. Okay. All right. Nice. And another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe it's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Why? Okay. Yep. Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long. So we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Oh, that was me, whatever. Wahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period, time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descended even below the lobby where I met Mutao down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Yeah. Yep. This looks like a cafeteria. This kind of looks like the cafeteria at my school, not gonna lie. Well, not really. The desks, the cafeteria tables, and the chairs look like cafeterias at my school. Because they have circle chairs. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statements of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. So like, in Japan, a lot of these schools, have like more lunch. I don't know. Like, there's just, the lunch is just different. At my school, you only get like 2 options, or like there's 3 options, because one's just a healthy option, but then there's the other 2 options, and then that's about it. But it's just different every day, so yeah. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indefinitely at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything? Or your guide, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Ask about the library, ask about Shizune's deafness. I think I got everything I need to know. Okay. Thinking. Either ask about the library because we like books, or ask about Shizune's deafness. I'm gonna ask about Shizune's deafness. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves, okay? So I can't even ask. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation in sign. Notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. You! Oh my, what the? Okay. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Gasp! She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune enter. Don't notice or don't mind it. Either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhymes of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how... There's a fly. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Where'd my thing go? Hold up. Oh, never mind. I can't find it. Before long, the final bell rings. So like, I know there's a couple, I know most of, I can't speak. I don't think I saw all of them in the classroom. There might have been there, but I just haven't noticed. There's the main 5 love interests. There is Shizune and that girl that we saw earlier that was in the classroom and stuff like that. And then there's the other 3. I don't know who they are. I don't think I saw them in there. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. Okay. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside with the girls, pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. Okay. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nurse staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here. We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks, bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. Oh my god, what's with this hospital though? I walk in hoping that can't speak. I walk in hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text "Head Nurse" and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invited myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bit under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Oh, look at this guy. His name is Smiling Man. Hello there. What can I do for you? He is young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? I don't know what I'm doing with it. You can call me by my name or just the nurse like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with relatition or something, and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai! I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic Arheimthema. Okay. And related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? I don't know. All these big, hard science words or something. I don't know. He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities here, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from our staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgeries here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know that, or know it. Now let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Nice. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So you already have medication for the or something? Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports rash stuff like that? I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that. At least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow. But really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport. Just to have something to do. Any kind of conclusion might be very dangerous. Concussion, conclusion. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestepped the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. It was caused because somebody asked him out. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need it, such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming maybe? There's a pool here, so I was told. You were very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk. Obviously, content. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the orient exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallway. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He looks at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Okay, let me see. What does Yuza have? Huh. I have no idea what this guy could have. Who is it? Blind? No. At least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? Okay, so he's just blind like me. He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hisao Nakaya. Oh, that's me. Never mind. Hisanaka, moving into the next room, I thought I should introduce myself. His face suddenly brightens in realization as he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting almost straight at my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? The name is Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and a vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents, you sure? Because they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I think this guy has like some mental illness or something, I don't know. I say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me, I don't think I could trust the chance. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I should get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you like? I hope not. What do you like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but he leans backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. Yeah, this guy's blind, but he's not like blind. He can still see stuff, but he's just blind. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. Yeah, I would not like to live here. The walls are an ugly color. Apparently the curtains are ugly also. The bed looks ugly. I would not want to live here. It's no one's room when personal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. And the closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems like there are numbers of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned on the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hik-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just to keep growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming and for the entire day too. For the entire day today too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, a bottle of medications neatly arranged on the night table catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it, just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued on pharmacy label. You should get like one of those boxes, with like all the pills and stuff, to put the pills. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kinda twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? Yeah,
I would probably die. I wouldn't be able to survive off pills. I cannot swallow even just a normal pill. Like, I cannot. I've tried. It's possible. With a sigh, I begin my new daily routine of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosage. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that, I kept staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness failed. After darkness falls and long shadows draw across the room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm, and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Okay. Soon the lighter shades of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Okay, well, I'm ending it here. This video has already gone on for long enough. I wanted to at least finish the day. And, yeah, this game is quite good. Comment below if you want to see another video of this. I'm going to finish the game either way, but still, just comment down below. My playtime apparently has been 1.8 minutes. Okay, whatever. I don't know. So yeah, too bad Misha is not a love interest. She's not disabled, so I guess she doesn't really count. So she's not there as a love interest. She's just there as an interpreter. And yeah, either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video of Tatakawa Shoujo or something like that. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out and bye-bye.